So, if you're a writer, like I am, I'm very, very much still considered an amateur writer, but I write for me and then other people later. What I want and what I feel comes first. Um, Writing has always been, a passion of mine, a way of expression, and it'll be for me before anything else, and nothing will change that. Even if I never make a dime off of it, I will still continue to do it because that's what makes me happy. And, I'll always continue to share my work and, enjoy reading the works of others. And of course, just like any topic, movies, music, whatever you're into, especially ones that sort of interact with, of course, there's going to be questions about it, like anything. And I think one of the most common questions that I receive, and I know others receive it too because I see it online and other stuff, and that's a very good question, but sometimes it can be very difficult to answer. And that is, what kind of stories do you write? Now, for some, this can be very easy, but for extremely eclectic people like me, who can barely even tell people what religion they practice and what their favorite kind of music is. That question is very hard for me. People ask me, like, what do you believe in? Well, I'm eclectic, I'm syncretic. I like this from this one and this from that. What kind of music do you like? Pop, rock, metal? Oh, no, I mean, that's the best I can do. People ask me, what genre this and this is. Um, Children's? Rock? Young adult? Country-ish? I just love things that mix things together and can create new sounds, new ideas, new all that, and just be very unique. I can't settle on a one type of anything. I don't get people who listen to just this, watch only this, read only this. Just because I like something that someone does or something on TV doesn't mean I like the whole genre. I can't. And that's really, I think, reflected into my writing. Most of my writing, of course, it has one foundation of genre, I guess, one genre that's, its foundation, but there's a whole, like, building there. It's like there's the foundation, and then the fucking building with, like, several, you know, yeah. My thoughts are like a building. This is just something I'm making up right now to try and explain because it's very difficult to explain. Um, like I may have horror or young adult or humor, and that'll just be the base, and I'll work from there. I wrote a story which needs a lot of editing, and I'm going to change that up a little bit, but basically it was about two adolescent girls, basically teen girls, who they do a spell they find in one of their aunt's books, just screwing around and everything, and they end up bringing, things to life. And that one kind of, I put some not so nice words in it, so I would recommend that one to, like, older teens. But see, it was kind of a mix of older young adult humor, um, either supernatural or fantasy. I'm not sure which one you would put that one in. I think you can go both either way, depending on the person. Maybe a little bit more supernatural, I think. than than fantasy. But maybe that's because I'm used to the whole Harry Potter thing. But yeah, it can be a difficult question for me because I just mix so many things in. There's usually a lot of humor into what I write. It's like I said, my way of escaping. So sometimes when I'm feeling down, I'll try to write a story that has a little bit more humor just to make myself laugh, you know. And I pull from a lot of real life experiences, just like any other writer does. A lot of characters, be they male or female, um, if they're smart aleck, they're usually based around one of my brothers or somebody, you know, that I grew up with. But they'll be, you know, real personality pulled from real people in a fantasy setting. Like I may have a, you know, a smart talking, you know, wizard or something. You know, one that says some off the wall and funny stuff, but it's still, you know, a character of fantasy. Um, Usually, when I do attempt to write horror, which I have, those that usually stays within that one. But being an adult or young adult, that can vary depending on who my characters are. Or sometimes it can go into the middle. Like, you know, sometimes a certain age is old enough for a little bit more than some of the younger people. So that one can kind of, you know, go in the middle. Uh, you know, my poetry, of course, is all mixed and everything. And I don't really know how to write structured poetry very well. Like, I've experimented with limericks and haikus and stuff, but it's mostly free verse, and that can go anyway. It can start out happy and end sad, or start out sad and end more hopeful. So, yeah, if anybody who's watching this writes, and I know a couple people do, what do you write? Do you just write one thing or multiple things? Do you mix stuff up or do you like to keep one genre, you know, separate from another as much as you can? So, that's the video on this one. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.